Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Today we're going to be taking a look at the best deals sub $10 or your local currency. Here we'll be covering eShops in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now this week it's a monster week, so I do suggest you go dig into the eShop too, because the 20 games I'm bringing you today, just a small sample of all the deals you can find. So with that luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family and let's get started. So to kick things off, I have a rare Thursday giveaway. It won't be for everyone, so I've put the link down below in the pinned comment, but it's for 2 amiibos from the recently released Super Mario 3D World. We got Cat Mario, we got Peach. I've got 2 sets of 2 to give away, so head to that link in the comment if you want a chance to win. The winners I'll be announcing in next Thursday's video. 20 games though today, so this one it's gonna be a little bit more quickfire than usual. So first up, Among Us, the massively popular online experience. It sees its first ever discount with 30% off. While the game unfortunately suffers from the lack of voice chat support, you can of course still get through this, but it's going to be best if you use something like a Discord server like ours, the SwitchCorner one. Complete tasks though and try to survive as one of you is sus, or even actually multiple of you are, and they're out to kill you before you can get the job done. A classic now, that is Golf Story, and with the recent announcement of Mario Golf, it felt like the perfect time to talk about this one again, as it's just like back matching its all-time low price of 50% off. This one is well loved, with a sequel due this year, but it's an RPG with a focus on the golf course. Not that you really need to like the sport or anything to enjoy it. Get out there though, face 8 different courses and just achieve your dreams. It just overall has this fantastic sense of humour and people love it with good reason. First person shooter fans, Rico, and hands up, I am not a fan of this one at all. I thought it was repetitive and not particularly exciting, honestly. That said though, like, a lot of people out there did enjoy it, so I wanted to give it a quick mention because it's pretty rare. This one goes on sale and it's offering currently 50% off. Think though going room to room and clearing out enemies. It's best experienced in multiplayer though, online or off. Think then leaderboards, daily challenges and even some cheap DLC that's also on sale at the moment as well, and it may be worth a look. I just wouldn't suggest you go and watch my review before you do spend the cash. So while I'm on first person shooters then, Metro 2033 and Last Light, they're both on sale individually with 60% off, bringing them into the sub $10 range for the first ever time. Fantastic experiences that are set in a post-apocalyptic Moscow where people live in the metro system and basically have to survive all manner of mutant-like enemies and of course just like evil folks in general. Claustrophobic, at times scary, and for sure a detailed story make these a personal favourite on the Switch. They're just amazing ports as well. A couple of region exclusives then this week, and I'll tell you now, the UK, EU and Australia, they absolutely won this week. But we're going to start with Limbo and Inside, from the same development team, these two. If you played the recent Little Nightmares 2 and you're yet to check these out, head here next with this new all-time low of 75% off. The mystery is what makes these so special, so I'll stick to what the eShop gives us. Limbo is the tale of a boy who enters Limbo to uncover his sister's fate, and inside, a boy is drawn into the centre of a dark project. Absolute must-buys. Somewhat similar to Limbo and Inside then, Stellar, and no, it's not as good, and I think it got a few low reviews even out there, but personally I enjoyed this tribute to these classics. Think side-scrolling, puzzle-like horror, black and white, you get the idea. The idea of this one though, you're a young woman witnessing the final days of a mysterious ancient world. The world isn't quite as good, and sometimes the graphical style can make identifying like that next move a little challenging. Overall though, like, I enjoyed it. It's a healthy 60% off, so it's not exactly breaking the bank. Alright, so retro fans, the Ninja Savior's Return of the Warrior is just amazing, and this is the recreation of a 90s side-scrolling beat-em-up, and yeah, it's another must-buy for me. Taking on the role of one of 5 android ninjas, you'll be taking down enemies in this dystopian future over 8 levels, solo or in co-op for 2 players. The original devs though, they are back and they've done a hell of a job here with updated visuals, animations, just the full works. Good to finally see a discount on this one as well, but I wouldn't expect to see it too often, considering this is the first ever sale and it released over a year ago, so I'm really happy with this 50% off, and I actually personally invested in a physical release of this one. So while I'm talking about exemplary examples of their genres, let's check off a few more. First, Furi, a boss rush experience. This matches its all-time low price with 65% off. The devs behind this one recently released the fantastic Haven 2, but if that was, relax, chill, this is anything but. It's a hard as nails game that fuses together boss rush gameplay, so think boss fight one after another, with almost bullet hell gameplay, and you're going to be needing to figure out their movesets and their weaknesses very quickly if you don't want to die. Then for platforming, Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. I think we spoke to this one just like 2 weeks back now, but yeah, it's bringing a new all-time low with 75% off. That's the first ever time it's hit the sub $10 category. I keep pushing this one with good reason, it's just incredible. You will struggle to find a bad word against it. It's bringing together this 3D overworld map that has some puzzles and light platforming, but then the main bit of the game, it's dedicated 2D levels that just hit all the right marks. It's from the team behind Donkey Kong, and that's very much apparent immediately, which is also a very good thing. A couple more region exclusives then, the Last Campfire. This one was a pretty quiet release, and it makes sense. They made No Man's Sky, and no doubt after that launch they wanted something a little bit more on the chill side, and I do not blame them. Tiny in scale in comparison, it's a great little isometric puzzle adventure with a great story and some decent challenge. The only real issue I had with this one, they have a variable frame rate in here. It jumps between 30 and 60. For this gameplay style, I honestly think they should have just locked it at 30 because it would have been more than fine. 30% off, it's not a huge discount honestly, but it was budget friendly already. Then a bit of a classic, or a classic series at least, that's Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. No, it's not as good as the originals, but I love my point and click adventure, and I'm never going to complain at more of this particular series. I didn't beat it on the Switch myself, I actually played it over on the Vita, but yeah, a stolen painting, a murder, the usual humour. I think it's a worthy continuation to the series, and with 75% off, I think fans of the genre should absolutely check it out. Alright, so race fans, Riptide GP Renegade is well worth a look with 70% off. It's not a new all-time low, but it matches the lowest price ever, and I really do like this game. Think futuristic wave race. It was already a cheap game to begin with. This discount just takes it down to almost free if you got the gold points for it. Here though, from the price, you'd never just guess how good the controls are and how good the graphics look as you kind of flip these hovercraft like jet skis all over the shop. Vehicle upgrades though, split screen multiplayer online if you can find anyone, stunts, and even a career mode. You're gonna get your money's worth with this one, that is a guarantee. ITTA then was a game I featured in my Gem series. It reminded me somewhat of Hyper Light Drifter, but it's back with 34% off, and it brings together exploration and then bullet hell boss moments. It's that top-down, almost isometric pixel style, and it tells this story of a young girl who awakes to find her family dead, and now she must work out this kind of mysterious location she finds herself in, armed with her father's revolver and a companion in the form of a ghost cat. This one's actually dealing with themes of personal struggle, and I just thought it was really well done. Next up then, another Gems series highlight, Evergate, perhaps one of the most underappreciated games of 2020. This actually got a permanent price drop towards the end of last year from I think it was $20 to 10, but now it's back with 25% off, marking a new all-time low. It's a stunning puzzle platformer as you traverse the afterlife with a whole host of mechanics. Think slowing down time, catapulting yourself at crystals, and then going back to replay it so you can 100% each level. There's quite a few collectibles in here as well. The highlight for me, the incredible visuals that you need to see in motion. The eShop just doesn't do it justice. Alright, so a couple of well-known classics then. First, Moonlighter with 70% off. We've seen this price in the US and Canada before, but it is a new all-time low for those everywhere else. It's another must-play, a lot of them this week, that is for sure, but I just can't stress enough how good this sale is. An action RPG with roguelite elements. You follow Will, a shopkeeper that dreams of becoming a hero. In this world though, portals have appeared and you travel through them to reach almost dungeons. You're trying to get that hero status while also finding goods that you can sell. It's very much hero versus making a living, and you'll be managing your shop, crafting, and of course then meeting the locals. Lesser known then, but still well loved, Iconoclasts now is touted as being a Metroidvania. I'm not sure I agree honestly, but it for sure has elements of the genre, I will say that much. What this is though is a very good platformer adventure where you will face enemies, tons of boss fights, puzzles, and just a whole host of locations. It's also got a surprisingly deep story that impressed me, and I just love the pixel style artwork. It's another personal favourite of mine. When I'm on the go, I like this one on my Switch Lite. Our last two games of the week then, and these are actually UK, EU and Australian exclusives, but if you're in the States or Canada, keep an eye out for these dropping in price soon, because both just are well worth it. First, another Gems entry, and it featured in my top eShop games of 2020. This is Astray, a side-scrolling action platformer that just kind of blew me away as it just completely surprised me. Here you awake in a machine of sorts, you're a strange life form, and you must now get out there and explore this strange location while planning that next move, because there's all sorts of things that want to kill you. It's not an easy game, but it's full of unique mechanics, and I'd watch a review of this one if you like the idea of something just a little different in the platform genre. Then the 30% off as well, it marks a new all-time low. Our final game of the week then, that is Ys Origin. It was an easy pick honestly, with this new all-time low of 60% off. It's an action RPG, it's for sure old school, starting its life on the Vita, and the visuals definitely scream that too, but the gameplay loop is just addicting as you hack and slash your way up this tower, while of course, all that good RPG stuff, think lots of loot and leveling up. Then the fact it has multiple playable characters, different game modes, secrets to uncover, and a solid soundtrack, and yeah, it's a steal at this price, and any RPG fan should absolutely check it out. And that's it, another week down. There's still a lot of decent deals out there, some I will cover in Saturday's edition, but yeah, if there ever was a time to sit down and have a little scroll through the eShop, this is probably it. Remember then the giveaway, if amiibos are your thing, Cat Mario and Peach to give away. I got 2 sets of 2. The link to enter that is in the pinned comment down below. With that though then, like a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, it is linked in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.